Hey, how you doing? Thanks for viewing our tutorial on how to convert an idea into a business. First off, I'm Jaja.
And I'm Wheeler.
All right, let's get into it. So step one is basically you got to get into the business mindset. If you want a little bit more freedom and become a little bit more self-sufficient with more income, you have to get in that business mindset. You have to know what you want to do and whether it's your passion or it's something you're good at. Like for me, for instance, I'm a fourth generation furniture mover. I have 15 years of experience in moving high-end furniture and antiques. So of course, I started a moving company where we have 5 stars all over the internet: Google, Groupon, Yelp, Thumbtack, even contracts with U-Haul movers, so that's what I did.
And for me, I'm a IT type of guy. I like the computer, I like to be on the internet a lot. So I always wanted to do something that incorporated technology. I loved technology when I was a kid. I like breaking down stuff, putting it back together, and I just like where technology was going, and I've always wanted to invest my time in that. But I also like to use my hands, so that's why one of my first business that I started, or my second business, was actually an electronic company, tech entrepreneur. We buy, sell, trade, and repair electronics. But there's more phone stuff going on where we repair a lot of phones, IEIN phones, until it, got me a contract with Assure, and where we do for Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint. So that's doing pretty well, and it's just getting that mindset. And then once you're confident in what you're doing and what you like, go for it. That's it.
All right, step 2, you gotta research and look around and think of what's in high demand in your area as far as what your passion is. And
how did you do that? How did you do that research and getting your passion in gear with your research and what you wanted to do?
Basically, when I first moved here to Florida, I realized real estate is in very high demand here in Florida. So that coincide with my moving company, because of course when someone buy a house, they're gonna need somebody to move them into it. That's or right. Move them out of it after they sell their home. Mm-hmm. So I realized that moving and deliveries was in very high demand out here. So that's another reason why I started my moving company here.
Well, for me, that kind of coincided with my first business. My first business was Wheeler's Landscaping. I realized that there are a lot of houses here in Florida, especially where we are in Panama City Beach, a lot of real estate, commercial and residential. So they always needed somebody to work. That's what I noticed. They always needed a little extra stuff. And there were a lot of retired people. And retired people, they're older people, so their families are away. So most of the times they need that extra help. And there is money to be made because there was a demand for extra help. And my first business, as I said, it's a landscaping business. And it just came about from the need that I seen. So I just got my mind into it, which is step 1, getting that business mindset. Then I incorporated it in what was demand, which is landscaping, to cut the grass, and if they need a little mulch, a little pine straw, I did all of that, and I made money. Yeah.
And that's the main thing, making money on what you're good at or your passion. But first you got to get into that mindset. Step 3, you have to research your competitors. Of course, being that you are a beginner and starting your own business, so you need a little bit more info on maybe how to price your customers or maybe clients. So you could contact your potential competitors and basically find out how much they charge. You could just charge a little bit less or maybe a little bit higher if you really that confident. But I recommend you start a little less and work your way up once everyone starts to see the quality in your business, and the clients or your customers will become potential leads. That will increase your potential leads by charging a little bit less and providing quality services.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, like for me, you have to research your competitors. Like that's how you're going to know your market. That's how you're going to know what is going on out there. Like I did a lot of research both in both of my businesses that I started off in the landscaping. I had to know who was the top dog, and then I know what they were charging their customers, right? And then I also knew who were the lower people. Not saying they're less workers or anything like that, but persons who were, you know, not as professional, but they're charging. I had to know what the price they were charging as well.
Right.
And then I kind of created a median between the prices, because I didn't want to be too low because I'm doing quality work, and I didn't want to be too high because I couldn't match up to people that's been established and doing it for many years.
Exactly.
So you gotta, if you're just starting off, you gotta get that pricing just right to get in the game. And through research is how you're gonna know that. So you gotta do guerrilla marketing. You gotta go out there. Sometimes you gotta call them and say, hey, you know, I got this place I'm looking at. It's so much square feet. Describe the surrounding to them and ask them what's a typical quote on a property like that. And most of the time they're going to give you a price, and you could use that in what you're doing. And you could also use the internet. Like I remember one time I was fixing to go cut some palm trees, and it was a little bit taller than what I'm used to. So what I did, I simply Googled what was the price to cut a 30-foot palm tree, and Google gave me the price. And then I just used that, and I called a competitor. They gave me their price, and I just put a little bit more on what Google said to match up with the competitor, but stay a little bit below them. And I got the job, I got it done, I got paid.
Right. That's how you increase your potential leads.
Yeah.
All right. Step 4 is research how to get licensed and fully insured for your business, of course. What I recommend is basically contact a small business licensed professional, such as a lawyer or government agency, and they would tell you, they will help you get licensed. Of course, you have to pay a fee. Most of the in my case, it was about $500, around $500 or $600, and then you once you contact your lawyer or the government agency, they would show you, well, with your insurance, your insurer will show you the best coverage for your business, such as things like workers' comp, liability, and things in that nature. And then you'll be good from right there.
And if I can say something about that, like for me, I love talking about my experiences, because you know that was stuff that I did. The first thing that I did when I wanted to figure out, you know, how to get licensed, I actually found people. My research was finding people that was already in the field, and I tried to find people who were approachable. And people who are normally approachable is somebody who probably just came from where you were, you know. So this person just started their business. More than likely, they're the ones that are willing to give you that information, because you know at that point they're still learning, so their mind is open and wanting to teach you. So I found somebody that, you know, pretty much just started their business, or probably were in business for like a year or 2 years, and I pretty much asked them how they did it, what was the procedure, and then they reached out to me. So you could do the same, where you find a professional, and you could try to talk to them, and they could tell you how to do it. I'd like to share my experience on how I got my insurance for my tech entrepreneur, which is my electronics business. I actually just Googled it. I love using Google. It's so powerful. I just type in best place to get general liability insurance, and then always seen this name Hiscox. So I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation right, but I did call them up. You know, they gave me a good price, below $30. I was happy with it. I didn't think I was going to get a better deal, so I stuck to them on the first quote that I got, because it sounded so reasonable, and they got me the coverage that I needed. I think it was a $1 or $2 million liability coverage, which is most places going to need about $1 million coverage. It sounds a lot, but I was only paying like $29 a month. So, you know, you got to get insured in any business that you do. You got to protect yourself. Always protect yourself, protect your business, protect your staff. That's what you got to do.
For my insurance, I was only paying $150 a month, which includes $30 extra a month for the workers' compensation, because you don't want your employees suing you, and you also want them to be covered. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And the thing about Google, I would recommend not to go specifically to Google as a source for information, because it'll give you information about other states which might not apply.
Yeah, you got to be specific on what you're typing in, so you got to be careful on using Google.
Yep, they'll give you information on other states or other places which might not apply, or may be a little different than
Your state.
where you reside or where your business is. I recommend go directly to the source. It's okay to Google, places and shores and everything, and then you could call them and be more direct, and they give you more direct answers rather than receiving info from Google as a source.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, step 5. So this step is basically retrieving a tax or IEIN number. I'm not a tax professional, so I don't want to get too much into that. But with the tax number or IEIN number, once you achieve that, you could basically open up a bank account with that. And using those numbers to create a bank account, when you go into a bank, all they're going to ask for is your business name, your tax or IEIN number, and basic information about yourself. And then you'll be a step further from starting your own business. But first, you got to get your financial situation on point.
Yeah, you definitely got to get your finances on point before starting a business. You got to make sure them numbers are right, because based on the research that you did, you know how much is needed to start a business. And then once you figure that out, you did your market research, then you could go ahead and register your business. You have to register your business online. I did it at sunbiz.org. That's I'm living in Florida, so that's where I go to. Maybe in your state it's different. Everywhere might be different, so you need to check that out. But once you register a business and the business is approved, they're going to send you an email that says, go here to create your EIN number. This tax number is very important. You have to do this because you're going to be able to use this to pay the IRS. You got to pay your taxes. You got to stay on point. You don't want no Wesley Snipes situation over here.
Right.
So you got to get that right. No tax evasion. So make sure you pay your taxes, because there's so many benefits when you pay your taxes. In terms of, you could be able to get a business loan easy. If you're trying to buy a property through the business, you can be able to do that once you're paying your taxes. And at the end of the year, you could use your tax return to show that you have made money for the year. So you definitely need to get your EIN number after you register your business.
And you can expand.
Yeah. Pay your taxes. That's the only way you're going to expand.
Maybe one day you'll have a franchise.
Good luck.
And that was basically step 5 and 6 at the same time.
Yeah.
Step 6 was using those numbers to create a business account. So we just concurred both of those.
And I say you definitely need a business account, because you got to separate business from personal. Don't have a business and be saving in your personal account. Like if you go to the supermarket, you're going to be using that. And it's better at the end of the year for the accountant when she could just look at your business account, pull those bank records, and then see the statements specifically to the business. So it's definitely good to have a business account. And always remember, key point, separate business from pleasure. Don't be gooning off on your business money. Separate it. You have to, else you're going to go out of business. That's why most business fail in their first year, because of finances and not having cash flow to support the business.
All right, now we on step 7. Step 7 is research and retrieve an LLC for your business, or maybe an S corporation if it best fits your business. I would recommend you do research on the differences and similarities between these two. Maybe we could do another video, comparing and contrasting both of those.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to do that. We could do that.
And then, just make sure you have an LLC or corporation, and that also help out your tax situation and your legalities. Basically separates your self-employment income and your personal income, and then it'll help the tax preparers delegate how to take care of you as far as that.
Yeah, for me it was my accountant was a key partner in that. Like she helped me to figure out what type of business I needed to be, whether it was a LLC or a corporation. So you gotta talk to your accountants and people are business professionals, because they could give you some key points before you get this business started. So you got to use their knowledge and just make wise decision in what you're doing, because all of these decisions can affect your business in the long run. They might not affect you when you started, but when that money starts coming in, things will become affected based on how you did it. The more money that comes in is the more you need to protect your business. So you got to get it right from the beginning. So that's why you got to communicate with professionals, whether it be accountants or business professionals who can aid you and assist you. So you got to get advice. Don't just go off your own knowledge. Always try to become wiser in your thinking and in your knowledge. You got to research. You got to get knowledge from these people who know businesses. All right.
And again, we are not tax advisors.
We're not.
But we recommend you to seek or research someone who could give you further and specific information on your tax situation. All right, this would be step 8. Basically, we also recommend you create a business email. I say that because with a business email, it'll show more professionalism to the customers or clients. They'll know that they're contacting a business and not a person. That's important because you want them to know that you're a professional. You want them to know you're not just working out your home, or you private, or maybe not even paying your taxes. So you want to show them that this is a legitimate business. I recommend your email to be named after your business or company. Sometimes when you are trying to make a new email, that name probably had been already taken somewhere in the US or maybe somewhere in the world. So you have to come as close as possible to your business just so that it'll be more professional. Also, name your website after your business. That can too be taken, but if you just use business name and probably a different domain like .org, .net, just check them out. They probably only about $1 to $5 for a domain name, and that'll be the first step into creating a website.
I definitely think you have to make sure that your email reflects your business. You got to put something that's close, because this is more than likely how customers are going to be contacting you half the time, because people love using email in the professional world because it gives accountability. So anything that you message to someone, there's going to be records of this. So email is a good way to get in communication with customers. They're going to be contacting you through it. So it's very important that you make close to your business name or relevant to your business. It got to be close, be the same. Like for me, my business, Tech Entrepreneur, so I call the email Tech Entrepreneur 2016. So I had to put that in the day I started it, the date I started it, and to keep it relevant. So you have to make sure it's close so people can easily remember it in a sense, and be able to contact you easily. Because if you make it different, to me it's just not professional doing it that way. For the website, you definitely need a website. Depending on what type of business you're doing, some businesses don't definitely need a website. If you're in a business that you're trying to reach out to people and you want people to see what you're doing, I definitely recommend a website so people can have that interface. So even when you're asleep, someone could go on your website, they could probably send in a quote, they could probably send in some interaction with you, whether they want your services. They could also be checking your business out, see what you do, and maybe have interest in your business. And it's good when you can have a website where you can pull traffic to yourself and to what your business is doing. This is all key steps in growing your business. In the beginning, it might not seem relevant, but if you want to grow your business and you have that mindset to grow your business, it's a powerful tool. So you definitely need.
And I'm glad you mentioned that about the email. Let's say your business opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 7 p.m. and you have someone that's inquiring your services maybe at 8 p.m. or even 12 a.m. You'll be asleep, your business will be closed. So,
but it's still working.
If you don't want to miss that potential customer, you should have that email, because they could email you, they could be acquiring any time of the night, and you'll wake up to that and be able to assist their needs.
That's right.
They don't have to look at you and they was closed, I couldn't get them on the phone, or maybe the voicemail was full so they couldn't leave a voicemail and you couldn't catch them through that way. So email is the perfect tool to use when open or in business at the time. Or maybe another thing, when you make your website, make sure on the home page you have the name of your business. Make sure you have that at the top of the home page.
Services too. People need to know what you're doing. As from the jump. They
You
need
need
to see
to-
what you're doing.
Yep, thanks. You need to have the name of your business. You need to have the services you provide, and one of the most important things to me is pictures and images, because of course most people don't believe what they cannot see. So pictures and images is very, very, very important. So make sure you involve that in the homepage of your website. So when the customer click on your website, the first thing they see is the name, the services you provide, and images, which is proof that you have done these services, and it show them a little bit more quality and professionalism. On your about page, of course, make sure you also have your services elaborated maybe, and a little bit about yourself or the business and how long it has been open and whether it's in different states or not. And most of all, on your contact page, make sure you have that email like we explained earlier, because that's important. And of course your phone number.
And if you guys followed all these steps and have done all of these, congratulations. You're ready to start business. You can now go make some money. Legally, you got to make sure everything is documented, everything is good to go, paying your taxes, register your business, get your business account, get your email, get your website, all of these things you need. Once you have all of these things together, I say you got a business. You can start working right now.
Basically, congratulations again. You just started your own small business. Finally, you can start marketing on Facebook, Yelp, Groupon. There's a few places where you could start off for free, which is Yelp, Groupon, and
Facebook.
Facebook.
Get it in. Get that free marketed in.
Yep, you don't have to spend a dime. All you have to do is maybe research on how to create a perfect ad, and then apply them skills and that information to your first ad on these websites, and then just watch the customers start rolling in. Just be prepared to answer their questions. All right. Again, I'm Jaja.
I'm Wheeler.
And thanks for viewing our tutorial on how to convert an idea into a business.
Thank you guys. We see y'all next time. Peace out.
And before we go, if you liked this video, if it was helpful to you, if you learned a lot from us and would like to see more, just please hit the like button and please hit the subscription so you can be notified when we come out with more videos to help you start your own business. You
definitely want to subscribe to us, because what you're seeing here is history in the making. We're going to be making history. We're young professionals, we're entrepreneurs, and we're coming up. Like, I wanted to do this from now so we could capture everything from now. I don't want to be big and then I'm telling y'all how to make it. I want to take y'all on this journey with us. That's what this is about. Showing people from the ground up how to create it. I mean, we're a little bit ways gone, but I mean, we're still making it up there. We're not there yet, but we're getting there, and we want y'all to come on this journey with us. So subscribe and follow us.
Right? What businesses you have?
But right now I got my landscape company, Wheeler's Landscaping. I got Tech Entrepreneur. I got Selfix, and I got lots more stuff that I'm working on right now. What about you?
I got my moving company. I also got landscaping. Me and my dad just started a dealership in North Carolina. And
don't you do music?
I do music as well. And I also have 2 properties that I rent out. One in Georgia and one in Florida. So
he's doing big things, my people. Big things.
We got multiple businesses, and we started just like you, watching tutorials just like this. So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed our information.
Do that.